Ladies and gentlemen, and all in between, let's jump straight to the point. After watching Opening Night live and watching the new gameplay trailer for Silent Hill F, or should I call it Silent Hill Fake, I am 100% sure that this game isn't Silent Hill game at all. Like, let's get something straight from the start. This is a game that wears the Silent Hill name like a Halloween costume. Okay? Like, Konami didn't create this game because they wanted to add a new chapter to the franchise or because they felt it captured the essence of psychological horror. No. They slapped the Silent Hill label on it because they knew that without it, people wouldn't even glance at it. If it had been released under a completely new title, it might have flown under the radar. And in today's market, flying under the radar is basically a kiss of death for sales. So yes, this is marketing over art, like nostalgia over substance. That's it. This isn't a Silent Hill game. So to prove my point, let's talk about what really makes a Silent Hill game, well, a Silent Hill game, okay? Because if you want to call something by that name, it has to have certain pillars, like core elements that define the experience. Like Silent Hill has always been more than just, than just a town or a set of monsters. The town itself is a character, okay? It's a mirror of the protagonist's fear, guilt, and subconscious. Everything you see, like the fog, the deserted streets, the flickering lights, is designed to make you feel uneasy, to make you question what's real and what's in your head. Then there's the horror itself, right? Like Silent Hill has always been about psychological dread, like tension, vulnerability. You're not supposed to feel powerful at all. Like every encounter is meant to make you doubt yourself, like to make you anxious, to make you think twice about every step. It's not about flashy combat or jump scares. It's about creeping dread, like about knowing the danger could be around every corner, and yet there's nothing you can do to prepare for it. And then, of course, there are the monsters. Like Silent Hill creatures are never just monsters for the sake of being scary. You understand? Like they are symbolic. They are manifestation of guilt, repression, grief, or anxieties. Like they are they are deliberately unsettling, grotesque, and poetic in their horror in some way. They reflect the darkness, like in the human psyche, like with James, with Heather, with even Harry in the first game. Like I don't know how to describe them. They are deep for the character. They're not just this is a character, he's scary. Okay, no, just put it there. It reflects the player, the character. I mean, and all of that is tied together by a narrative that slowly unfolds, like often ambiguously, not gonna lie, often like leaving you to piece together the story. Like they do not feed you. I mean, kind of they feed you, but like they make you like say, oh, what's the story? Is it this? Is it this? Why I'm here? Why is it this doing this? Why I'm talking to this character? Why this character is here? Let's just take Silent Hill 2 for example. Like they have multiple characters in the town, and each of them, like you fight them and you fight their scares and stuff like that. You see that everyone in Silent Hill have their own story, so it's not like just you and then your experience is all their experience. They leave you to piece together the story yourself. Like while the atmosphere constantly reinforces the dread, this combination, like town as a character, psychological horror, symbolic monsters, and slow burn narrative, is what creates the essence of Silent Hill. Like remove one of these pillars, you're no longer playing a Silent Hill game, you're playing something else entirely. And this is where Silent Hill F really trips up. Because on the surface, it looks like a Silent Hill game. You have fog, creepy buildings, monsters, and an eerie atmosphere. But when you actually see the gameplay, you realize it doesn't carry the weight of what makes the series special. Like the town, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it because I'm gonna butcher it, is undeniably beautiful, okay? And it's creepy in its own way. Like it's drenched in 1960s Japanese aesthetic, which is great. Like with shrines, traditional homes, and folklore, like inspire monsters. But it doesn't feel alive in the way that Silent Hill did, if you know what I mean. Like it doesn't reflect the protagonist's inner fears or trauma. Like it's just a set piece, a backdrop, like a pretty stage where things happen. Rather than an active breathing participant in the story, it is just there for the sake of being there. And it's not even iconic as like Raccoon City, which is insane. And the horror like leans heavily on folklore, like action and combat mechanics. Come on, dude, like this is in Souls like you face monsters, yeah, and it can be scary at times, of course, it is a horror game, but it's not slow, psychological, oppressive dread we expect from Silent Hill game. Like the narrative is tied to Japanese culture and folklore, which is interesting, it's even beautiful if I may say, but it doesn't connect to the series core, like themes of guilt, repression, human trauma, and let's be honest, the fact that developers decided to call it Silent Hill is almost comical in my opinion. Like it is a branding choice, a way to convince fans who might otherwise ignore it that this is a part of the series, even though it doesn't actually share the same soul, the same DNA as the games we grew up with. It just shares the same name, which is okay. And you know what's even crazier? That the Konami's producer, the name I'm gonna butcher, sorry, Motoe Okamoto, has said that the game is designed to be accessible even to people who've never played Silent Hill. Let me repeat that. He said the game is designed to be accessible even to people who've never played Silent Hill. Okay, cool. But accessibility isn't the same as authenticity. You can make a game that's easy for newcomers, sure, why not? But if you strip away the core elements that define the franchise, you're no longer telling a Silent Hill story. You're telling a Japanese folklore horror story with a famous logo slapped on the front. That's it. Accessibility is cool, like you guarantee sales. Then do it under a different name. Why butcher a series that is already down in the gutter? Developers have openly described Silent Hill F as an attempt to explore Japanese cultural horror, like a different flavor of NEs. They talk about wanting to respect Japanese folklore and to create monsters inspired by local legends, and that's commendable, even cool, you know. The Japanese folklore is amazing, but the problem is they packaged it under the Silent Hill brand. As a producer explained in an interview, they wanted newcomers to enjoy the game without needing prior knowledge of Silent Hill. But the original series was never about accessibility. It was about immersion, tension, and a deep, unsettling narrative using the brand. Oh my god, this is using the brand like to draw in players while shifting the core identity of Silent Hill is literally the clear mismatch between intent and reality. They just want money. And you know what's even crazier? Like, here's the part that really makes me rise an eyebrow. The fans of Silent Hill are the most toxic fandom I've ever seen. Like, remember how the community hated Silent Hill Downpour and Homecoming? Like, both of those games leaned heavily into combat, and people screamed that it wasn't real Silent Hill. They complained about the monster being too straightforward, the action overshadowing the psychological horror. And now, what do we see? A Silent Hill F fake, another action-oriented horror game with combat front and center, and it is getting praised left and right, and people calling it a masterpiece. You see, like, let's call it what it is, okay? Hypocrisy. You can't reject games for the exact same design choices and then celebrate this one when nothing substantial has changed about the formula. The only difference, it has Japanese aesthetics, and the developers are leaning into folklore rather than trying to maintain the classic American Silent Hill. That's it. Like, the core principles, the psychological tension, oppressive atmosphere, symbolic monsters are literally absent. Yet suddenly it's okay. Like, fans, you can enjoy it, but don't pretend it's the Silent Hill you've been defending for decades. Like, hypocrites, bro. Like, this is and I know. Look, this isn't just about being nitpicky, okay? Like, fans have invested decades into Silent Hill series. You know, it has always promised a very specific horror experience, like an unsettling, introspective journey through fear and guilt. It wasn't just a name; it was an experience of tension, unease, and all wrapped in a unique, oppressive atmosphere. When you slap that name on something that doesn't uphold those pillars, it isn't honoring the series, it's exploiting it. It's taking advantage of our nostalgia to sell a game that, while may be fun or intriguing on its own, doesn't carry the weight or depth of what Silent Hill has always been. Silent Hill F could have been a fantastic standalone horror game, okay? A fantastic one. It could have been celebrated for its Japanese folklore, its monsters, and its eerie setting, but instead, it hides behind the Silent Hill brand because Konami knows that without it, few people would give it a chance. And that's the problem. The essence of Silent Hill isn't in the fog or the monsters or even the title. It's in the feeling, the experience. And this game doesn't have that feeling at all. So here's the hard truth. Silent Hill F is not Silent Hill. It's a cultural horror experiment, a what if Japanese folklore met a Western horror franchise type of game. It could have been a remarkable on its own, and maybe even deserves praise for that. But don't buy it thinking you're experiencing the Silent Hill you know and love. The name is just a marketing sticker. The legacy is not here, and the experience you expect, it's not what you're getting.